Former California Attorney General Kamala Harris became the second African American woman and the first South Asian American to earn elections to the U.S. Senate. After attending Howard University and University of California's Hastings College of Law, Kamala Harris embarked on a rise through the California legal system, emerging as the state Attorney General in 2010. Following the November 2016 elections, Harris became just the second African-American woman and the first South Asian African-American to win a seat in the U.S. Senate. She declared her candidacy for the 2020 U.S. presidential elections on the Martin Luther King Jr. Day 2019. She dropped out of the race before the end of the year. In August 2020, Joe Biden announced Harris as a vice presidential running mate. Kamala Harris was born on October 20, 1964 in Oakland, California, which was predominantly African-American neighborhood of Berkeley. She was brought to civil rights demonstration as a toddler and sang in Baptist choir. Harris's mother, Shyamala, immigrated from India to attend the University of California, Berkeley, where she met Harris's Jamaican-born father, Donald. Shyamala carved out of a career as a renowned breast cancer researcher, while Donald became a Stanford University economics professor. Her mother also ensured that Harris and her younger sister, Maya, maintained ties to their Indian heritage by raising them with the Hindu beliefs and taking them to her home country every couple of years. Harris's parents divorced when she was 7 years old, and at the age of 12, she moved with her mother and stepsister to Montreal, Quebec in Canada. She learned to speak some French during her time in Quebec and demonstrated her bourgeois politics instincts by organizing a protest against a building owner who wouldn't allow neighborhood kids to play on the lawn. Harris attended Westmount High School in Quebec, where she founded a dance troupe with a friend, returning to the States to enter Howard University in Washington, D.C. She was elected to the Liberal Arts Students' Council and joined the debate team, en route to a BA in Political Science and Economics. Harris then enrolled at the University of California Hastings College of Law, earning her HJD in 1989. After being admitted to the State of Bar of California in 1990, Harris began her career as a deputy district attorney in Alameda County. She became the managing attorney of the Career Criminal Unit in San Francisco District Attorney General's office in 1998, and in 2000, she was appointed chief of its community and neighborhood divisions, during which time she established the state's first Bureau of Children's Justice. San Francisco District Attorney in 2003, Harris defeated incumbent Terrence Hallinan and her former boss to become San Francisco District Attorney. Her accomplishments in this role include the launch of the Back on Track initiative that cut recidivism by offering job training and other educational programs for low-level offenders. However, things weren't moving well. Harris there started drawing criticism for adhering to a campaign pledge and refusing to seek the death penalty for the gang member convicted of the 2004 killing of the police officer Isaac Espinosa. California Attorney General Harris continued her political ascent by narrowly beating Los Angeles County District Attorney Steve Coley for California's Attorney General in November 2010, making her both the first African American and the first woman to hold the position. She quickly made an impact in her role by pulling out of negotiations for settlement from the country's 5 largest financial institutions for improper mortgage practices, eventually scoring a $20 million payout in 2012 that was 5 times the original proposed figure for her state. The Attorney General also made waves for her refusal to defend Proposition 8, a 2008 California ballot measure that was deemed unconstitutional by a federal court. After the U.S. Supreme Court dismissed an attempt to appeal the ruling in 2013, Harris officiated the first same-sex marriage in California since Prop 8 was initially enacted. Other compliments included a successful lawsuit against the false advertising of the for-profit Corinthian Colleges chain, as well as continued legal suit of the classified advertising service Backpage, which led to its CEO pleading guilty to facilitating prostitution and money laundering after Harris moved on the Senate. In November 2016, Harris handedly defeated Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez for a U.S. Senate seat, thereby becoming just the second African American woman and first South Asian American to enter into the Senate. Harris has since joined the Chamber's Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee, Select Committee on Intelligence, Committee on the Judiciary, and Committee on the Budget. She has also supported single-payer healthcare system and introduced legislation to increase access to outdoor recreation sites in urban areas and provide financial relief in the face of rising house costs. Harris has also made a name for herself from her support on the Judiciary Committee, particularly for her pointed questioning of Brett Kavanaugh, who faced accusations of sexual assault after being nominated for Supreme Court Justice in 2018, and then Attorney General Jeff Sessions during 2017 hearings that delve into alleged collusion between the Trump team and the Russian agents. On January 21, 2019, during a Martin Luther King Jr. Day interview on Good Morning America, Harris announced she was running for president in 2010. One of the top Democratic candidates, Harris joined a field that had already included Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren and New York Senator in a bid to push President Donald Trump from the White House after one term. 1 week after her Good Morning America announcement, Harris formally kicked off her campaign before an estimated 20,000 supporters at Frank Ogawa Plaza in Oakland, California. She remained near the top of the Democratic polls over the following weeks, withstanding the many accusations that ensued. During one of her campaigns, she even admitted to smoking marijuana in February interview, and another when an animal rights activist confronted her on stage at a political event in June. Harris stood out as one of the top performers of the first Democratic primary debate in late June, garnering headlines for taking Joe Biden to task over his history of opposing federal busing for schools integration. She found herself a target of attacks during the second debate the following month, with Biden and the rest criticizing her health care plan and aspects of her record as California Attorney General. Her support in the polls slipping by fall in 2019, Harris sought to thrust herself back into the top tier by calling for the impeachment of Trump over his dealings with Ukraine and a focus on women's access to reproductive health care. In early December 2019, Harris announced that she was ending her one promising presidential campaign. Her campaign staff reportedly bickered over strategy and the chain of command, the dysfunctional noted in a resignation letter from the state operations director that became public via the New York Times. In early December 2019, Harris announced that she was ending her once promising presidential campaign. On August 11, 2020, presidential hopeful Biden announced that he chose his former rival Harris as his running mate, stating that he had picked Kamalaharris, a fearless fighter for the little guy and one of the country's finest public servants, as his running mate. Back when Kamalaharris was Attorney General, she worked closely with Beau, who was also Joe Biden's son, who died. Joe Biden noted that he watched Kamalaharris take on big banks, lifted up working people, and protected women and kids from abuse. He said he was so proud that now he has to have her as a partner in this campaign. Kamalaharris was happy to join Joe Biden's nominee as the vice president and would do whatever it takes to make him commander-in-chief. Harris is the first black woman and person of South Asian descent to be nominated for a national office by a major party. She is also the fourth woman in history to compete on a major party's presidential ticket.